let's address the Mythic Black Company allegations. So, Mr. Ernul there. Ernul is somebody that is known to this channel. He's a very well-known unicorn, but he was the one like crashing out from the Shiori collabing with Gerard. We covered him when people were going after ERB because she was like interacting with the Holo stars. So he just is very active on social media and forums and all of that, constantly stirring up trouble. And now Grimmy, because she left Mythic and she seemed to have an issue with them. Now Ernul is saying that. So Grimmy implied Mythic is just another black company. But will DramaTubers talk about this when all the biggest ones work for them? Well, I guess False already graduated, but Rima is still there. So look, I know Ernul is like the most jobless person on this entire platform. So it's going to be very difficult for him to understand what I'm going to say next. I'm going to try to be as clear as possible. I don't work for Mythic. They work for me. Like, how can Mythic be a black company when they don't even employ VTubers? They provide a service. We are their clients. Like, VTuber agencies, for all intent and purposes, employ their talents or hire them as freelance or whatever the fuck they want to call it. But this is not even how it works with Mythic. So yeah, it's just a sponsor agency. They provide additional services, which they get like absolutely nothing for it. And they've helped me with a lot of stuff, TBH. So Chacha here responded saying Mythic isn't even a VTuber agency. They're a company that provides sponsorships to their talent roster. They also provided legal support if someone else tries to infringe on your IP. Mythic has helped me twice in that regard for making sure my IP was protected. I have nothing but good things to say about Mythic, honestly. Yeah, considering how you have reported for Mythic, I know I'm part of the Mythic Mafia. But the truth is, and I've said it a million times and I'm gonna repeat it again because nobody seems to understand how companies work, but I can talk shit about people in Mythic. Like, nothing in the contract prevents me from it. And other people in Mythic can't talk shit about me, and they have. And I have also. I've made a video on Bunny Ayu, made a video on Neanners. That was like not super critical, but there was like, I report on some critiques of her. But the Bunny Ayu video was definitely a critical one. They don't want to understand. I really do think this lack of understanding from the industry is due to the fact that people aren't working like jobs from really early on in their life. Because to me, it's all completely clear. Like, I've even seen some speculation as to how like production agencies work, saying that some production agencies have sway over the clients and stuff. I'm like, God, that is not how things work at all. Like, what the fuck, dude? I just wish people like did a little bit of research before speaking so confidently about things. But anyway, I mean, I try my best to educate people on the things that I do know about, but it's very difficult when people have already made up their mind about it. Personally, so far, I've had very good experience with Mythic. I'm very happy there. However, like, other talents may have had different experiences, and that's fine with them. They can deal with that with Mythic themselves. I can only speak about my own experience. Chacha then adds how it works. Become a Mythic talent, get on a roster of other streamers. Gaming companies pick streamers on that roster and offer money to play game/activity on streams. Mythic asks talents if they want to sponsor, plan stream day and fulfill sponsor requirement. Mythic gets a cut, plus streamer gets a bigger cut, profit. I know Mythic like is trying to get more also, it's like they have a range of services and you can ask them to be more involved or less, but I've only ever used them for sponsors so far. I know, like, I've worked for production companies and literally they have to bend over backward for what the client wants. Like, this is not how production companies work, man. They're just the muscles. I don't know, I would honestly step back and see what happens. Grimmy seems visibly upset at this. I think it's something that can't be simply dismissed out of hand. She's not dismissing it. She's talking about the black company allegations. I'm not sure what Grimmy's experience is. My main point for retweeting was to explain that Mythic isn't a traditional VTuber agency and what Mythic does for their streamers. I think a lot of people believe that Mythic operates like Hololive or another VTuber agency. Another VTuber agency might own IPs, for example, and they might have a say into the kind of content that the talents do. Like, they manage them. The talents have to kind of report to them, perhaps for perms or for collabs, etc. That differs from agency to agency. But they are definitely, like, the easiest way to put it is that they're employed by them. Like, the money goes through the agency first and then is funneled to the talent after they take in their cut. Meanwhile, for Mythic, it's more like an exchange of services. Also, Mythic is not like mainly representing VTubers. They just happen to have VTubers on the roster. But originally it's been funded for gamers. Also, like, I think Chacha did this tweet because there's been so much misinformation about Mythic lately. I mean, I wouldn't call it a VTuber agency either. It's more just a general talent agency. I don't see what the difference is, though. Isn't everything you listed what a VTuber agency would also do anyways, or at least should do? VTuber agencies take a more active role in what their talents do. Agencies also take a cut from a regular revenue from Twitch/YouTube. Mythic only takes cut per sponsorship. That makes sense, because why would you give them a cut if they haven't done anything, you know? I would never give a cut to somebody from my stream if they haven't helped me, like, set up my stream. Mythic doesn't tell me how to stream, rules or stipulation to stream, etc. VTuber agencies, in what cases, own your VTuber identity as well. I think technically it's still an agency, but I get your point of it being more... Okay, agency is such a broad word. Like, you can be a marketing agency, you can be an agency specialized in events, you can be a talent agency, you can be a VTuber agency. Like, there's all kinds of agencies in the world. There's, like, agencies for fucking protection of consumer services. But I think because we're VTubers, we hear agency, we automatically think it's some kind of like VTuber corpo. Still an agency, absolutely. It's not a VTuber agency in the holo sense. It's more like a sponsorship team with extra benefits. All the good things of an agency without the stifling control. Hey Chacha, not saying you are wrong or anything, but I'm pretty sure we were saying some of the same stuff about VShoujo, and we all saw how that ended. What would you say is the difference between Mythic and VShoujo? Laundry service agency, there you go. It's because there's a campaign against Asmongold. It might be tied to that, honestly. Yeah, I think they're saying that because people are tying Mythic talent with VShoujo, and they're saying that VShoujo used to also be defended by their talents. Chat responds to this saying, I named a lot of differences. Mythic provides sponsors, provides legal aid for VTuber IP, only takes cut from sponsorships. VShoujo-like companies takes cut from every stream. Well, I don't think they take cut from every stream. Tells you who you can and cannot collab with. Agency run guidelines and restrictions for streams. Owns your streamer identity. I don't think they owned the IPs in VShoujo, but they owned other rights. Perhaps merch rights and stuff. It wasn't super clear how VShoujo made their money. But also, that's also why they were running out of money, because they weren't owning enough shit. Like, so yeah, VShoujo had different departments. I don't know how performing like the departments were still operating towards the end, because how could they provide all these cybersecurity services or legal services when they were literally out of money? I'm not sure. Towards the end, but at the beginning they did have different departments. VShoujo made money? That's my question. But they own some rights for sure. Like, they made their money somehow, either on sponsorships, we know that for sure. We know that they made money on merch rights. They made money on maybe some covers rights that were launched with VShoujo, things like that. They made money from charity. Oh my god. And there's also the affiliate haters in there. They also provide legal support if someone tries to infringe on your IP from the agency whose biggest talent relies on a stolen VTuber model. I guess they're talking about Filion here? Surely it's a Filion hater. Like, also, Filion hasn't been with Mythic for a year. Like, people don't know shit, man. Yeah, Filion is not with Mythic anymore. And it's not really stolen, it's that she can't monetize it. And I thought that she worked it out with the creator, I'm pretty sure. Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.